Funding now on Indiegogo. It's Shadowbinders, our second chance offer to get 2 hardcovers of our classic webcomic delivered to your door. Steampunk, fantasy, and romantic comedy from Clownfish Comics. Go to Indiegogo, check out the link in the description below. Now on with the video. Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
Mamas don't let your babies grow up to be YouTubers.
Apparently.
Apparently. So YouTuber is the top career choice for kids. Like 34% of kids want to be YouTubers when they grow up. Mm-hmm. Over doctors, over lawyers, over teachers.
Over pop stars and movie stars.
This is insane. I saw this posted the other day on Twitter, and I retweeted it. I'm like, you do realize this isn't everything that it's cracked up to be. Like, you guys have no idea how much work goes on behind the scenes.
Right. But this explains too why certain media outlets and things keep trying to vilify YouTubers and try to keep going after YouTubers, because YouTubers have an awful lot of influence, and when they used to be the ones everybody wanted to be like them, and they no longer want to be like them, including Hollywood.
Yeah.
They're getting upset and concerned, so we have to, discredit and vilify to try to make sure that we dissuade children from becoming YouTubers.
Don't want little Timmy to be a rock star or anything like that.
Right, because when YouTuber is worse than being something like a rock star or one of these celebrities, that's sad.
So we're going to talk about that. Before we get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, we're over 183,000 on our channel. And we do this kind of sort of full time. We do some other stuff too. We are in the very, very small percentage of people who actually make money at it. That's one thing they're not telling you, is that it's actually really hard to get monetized, and it's really hard to make money at it. And
harder now than it used to be.
Oh, it's way harder than when we started. I mean, people are asking us for advice. They're like, how do you get started and how do you get monetized? And I'm like, I don't even have advice for you now, because it is so different. Mm-hmm. Than it was. We started our channel like 2014, 2015. And even then we were kind of coming in later than a lot of people, but we were able to get it monetized. And now it's very, very hard because so many people want to be YouTubers.
Well, and they have so many, different things in place you have to hit to be able to monetize. That being said, I'm not going to discourage anybody from wanting to do that. On the side note, I do want to point out that I absolutely adore the fact that this child is using an old school camera, and that is something that most people don't know how to do anymore. So I applaud.
Tiny clap.
As an art teacher and a mom, I'm just like, oh, I love it. I love it. And my son's a photographer too, so.
There we go. He's very good.
And he's won awards. Yeah.
He has. So this is on a site called Media Kicks. I saw it floating around on Twitter. And we thought we'd kind of weigh in on this because it's very interesting. I did not expect this. I know for a while that, a lot of kids wanted to be game developers. They wanted to make video games and all that.
For years, that was the big one.
Yeah, so YouTubers are more popular than most traditional celebrities, according to the poll.
I believe it.
Nearly 50% of millennials have been inspired by YouTubers to make a personal change in their lives.
I think that's awesome.
Don't
eat Tide Pods.
Don't eat Tide Pods, yeah, right. 4 out of 10 millennials say their favorite YouTubers understand them better than family and friends.
That's a little concerning. But anyway,
okay.
But this is where it's interesting. They have this breakdown, and this was from a study they published. Now, I don't have all the details of the study, so, it could be skewed. Mm-hmm. There is always that option, but this isn't because this is also run in a site that seems to be all about how to drive Roy to your and be an influence using influencing marketing, and they go on about TikTok and all that, because it's interesting that a lot of the articles are talking about, and they're not wrong, how a lot of these big brands now are just going, instead of going to like the news sites they used to promote that way, or going to Hollywood to promote that way, they're going for influencers on YouTube.
Yeah.
On Instagram and on TikTok. And they're trying to get those people to Disney does it all the time. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to get these people to, drive business to them, as opposed to having the traditional methods and the networks get the commercial money like they used to do. Which would be why the blogs owned by the same networks keep making hit pieces on YouTubers.
Yeah, it's all about the ad money. the ad spend. And I know a couple of years ago, there was a paradigm shift where a lot of agencies were basically taking all of a company's ad spend and plowing it in the video. They weren't even doing banner ads much, or like, we're just going, or we'll give an influencer thousands of dollars just to give a shout out to this, whatever, instead of spending it on some magazine or website.
And
or
I think now that we've had the shutdowns and the pandemic, it's even more so because Hollywood got shut down.
Yeah.
But YouTube and TikTok and all them kept going.
Yes.
And they proved their worth. So I think it's going to be more so. So I think you're going to see even more hit pieces and attacks and attempts to bring down YouTube and YouTubers and influencers on Instagram and TikTok as well moving forward, because they are a threat. But anyway, back to the study. So 1 in 3 children want to be a YouTuber.
That's crazy.
I know it is. It's not everything you think it is.
It's not. And, again, we get people coming to us for advice, and we actually have a relatively small channel. I mean,
we get an awful lot of hits relative to our subscribers.
Yeah, we do. But still, I mean, we're still relatively small, but it's harder than people think it is. It's not that easy. People are like, well, you just get in a camera and just take pictures of yourself, eating something, or you just, there's so much business stuff that goes on in the background.
Yeah, and then when you get there, you have to keep it going too.
You gotta keep it going.
It's exhausting. Like, we do 7 days a week, and it can be tiring. But hey, I'm not gonna, if someone wants to put in the work and they want to be creative, I'm 100% for it. 1 in 5 want to be a blogger or vlogger. So you're talking like over 50% of kids want to be a YouTuber, blogger, or vlogger. Which, ironically, we do like all 3 of those things. But anyway.
Yeah, and it's so weird because I wouldn't consider any of that stuff as glamorous, But yeah, they want to. And I think it's just the influence, because they're like, oh, that looks like a great job. Look at, and then, the thing that gets me, though, it's always like, look at me in my multi-million-dollar mansion, and that's what I think the kids are looking at. Like,
I know our daughter does.
Oh, my favorite, and I'm using air quotes here, my favorite YouTube channels are the ones where the kids' families are incredibly rich.
And a lot of times they were rich before YouTube.
They were rich before YouTube, and that's why they could afford. And it's like, look at my mansion that I live in, and all the kids are tuning in because they want to see themselves, I think, in that life. So they're probably like, oh my God, if I do YouTube and I just do whatever the hell I want, I can get paid just for showing people my bedroom, and then I can buy a mansion and all that. And that's not how it works.
Yeah, and then you have kids like doing their own morning routines and all this stuff, and then everything's a commercial to them. And as parents out there, you understand what I'm saying. I mean, like I said, we have a small channel, right?
Yeah.
And we mentioned on our personal Facebook about getting the silver play button, and the one person I know, her daughter was like all excited and freaking out because she can't believe she knows about somebody that has one. And I'm like, but it was, and that was the FedEx guy.
Oh, the FedEx
guy brought a package. Now, he brings stuff he brought stuff to all the time because he knew we did something, because we were getting like, packages, from companies and stuff, like HBO and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then he brings in a thing that says YouTube, and he's like, did you get an award? And he was asking about it. He's like, kind of wondered what you guys did because you're getting all this stuff. And I said, yeah. And I didn't go into too much detail, but I did mention what it was. And he even knew, he was even asking, he's like, did you guys get an award? Because it had YouTube on it.
Yeah, I love how they just throw that right on the box, when you get it.
So he's like, you guys got an award, didn't you? And he was all excited about it. But yeah.
I'll tell you the truth. I don't even think about it. Like, I'm so busy trying to keep up, just getting the videos done. And, now we're trying to get our blogs launched and bring more people in, stuff like that, running the business side of it. I don't have time to stop.
We're pretty
and think
normal.
About it.
I mean,
yeah,
honestly.
I just look at like a business. Like, I don't have time to stop and think about like, oh, look at all the influence we have. No, actually, it is a double-edged sword.
Yes. Because
people come to you all the time for help. You don't know how to help them, or they come to you with a bunch of shit. And they
threats,
nasty emails and stuff. So the bigger you get, and again, we're not a huge channel, but the bigger you get, the more there is to deal with.
You can make a video about kittens and you'll still get a bunch of hate comments because, you're clearly, speciesist against dogs or something like that, or how dare you have the black kittens with the white kittens or something stupid like that. You separated them. You're a kittenist, something like that. So there's always crap. But 1 in 6 kids want to be a pop star or a movie star, which is that's half the number that want to be a YouTuber, okay? Yeah. Why do you think Hollywood and the studios and the music industry and stuff is getting nervous? Why do you think that they're leveraging their blogs to do hit pieces on YouTubers. I mean, there's a reason.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more apparent that, kids are looking up to YouTubers, and YouTubers are becoming to them what, celebrities were to us when we were kids. It was like, oh my God, Michael Jackson, Mary Lou Retton. Oh my God, that's how old I am. Michael Jackson, Mary Lou Retton. And,
I wouldn't have thought Mary Lou Retton, but okay.
yeah, well, she did backflips.
I know. I was a gymnast, and that wasn't
She was on the Wheaties box.
I remember. I was a gymnast, and that wasn't the top of mind
Michael
for me.
Jordan, I don't know why I was thinking Mary Lou Retton.
I don't know why you were thinking that either, but hey, good for her.
Yeah, but I mean, the kids don't look up to pop or movie stars as much now as they used to.
Now, good news, between 1 and 7 to 9, want to be like a doctor or nurse, a TV host, which still is another celebrity, athlete or teacher. And I was really happy they put teacher on here.
There you go.
Because teachers take a lot of shit and don't get the recognition they deserve. And I might be a little bit biased because I am a teacher, but I have a lot of friends who are teachers, and I've worked as a teacher, so I know how hard it is, and I know how much, effort and love and time and how much you have to care to be a teacher and how little respect they get. I wanted to make sure I mentioned that. But even athlete and TV host, I would put up with celebrities.
Yeah, because that used to be the goal when you were a kid. Like, you wanted to be a star athlete, you wanted to be a rock star, you wanted to be a movie star, TV star, and now they want to be YouTubers and bloggers.
I just love how they lower the TV host and athlete and teacher at the same level. That this is surprising to me. And then 1 in 15 want to be a lawyer, which honestly is the smart choice because everybody above probably needs a lawyer at some point.
Yeah,
especially number 1 and 2.
Number 1 and 2, you make good money.
And 3 for sure.
Yeah. So this is kind of I don't know. It's kind of sad.
It's kind of interesting.
It is. The study distinguishes between YouTubers, bloggers, and vloggers. All 3 can be categorized as social media influencers, meaning that over 50% of Gen Z and millennials are set on creating content on social media for their livelihood. Don't.
Plus, that's one thing. It might work for a couple of years, and then what? Yeah,
because I mean, there's going to come a time the churn's going to be high. Depends on what you do. For sure. But, some of these people that get into YouTube are not very smart, and that might be another video this week. And they spend a lot of money stupidly.
Or they make stupid choices.
And I've seen stories before of like, hey, this YouTuber was, super popular, went out and bought a bunch of sports cars and a mansion, whatever, and then poof, it was all gone.
Right. It's like, being a YouTuber and doing this stuff is okay, but understand that might not be what you do forever. Same with anything like celebrity or whatever. Meanwhile, Squid King, who actually does do YouTube stuff with us, is going to go to school for business because he's like, I can still do what I want to do and work on YouTube and things like that, but I also have a business background that I can do other things if the way the things are change.
Yeah, and there comes a time for everything, and you have to realize that YouTube sometimes is like a flash in the pan. You need to branch out in other things or take that platform and move into other more sustainable business models. And I sound really old when I say that, don't I?
No, you sound like you know what you're talking about.
Anyway,
yeah, we're the internet mom and dad anymore.
Yeah, right. So creativity is the top reason. So apparently you have to be a YouTuber to be creative. It's not good enough to just sit at the kitchen table.
There are a lot of really cool. Now I will say this about YouTube, and I've said this to many people. There are a lot of really great channels on there, for creativity, for baking, for sewing, for crafting, for whatever. And a lot of times I'll tell people flat out, if you want to learn how to do something, go to YouTube, because not only will you find somebody to do like the basic, here's how I fix the sink or whatever, but like you want to learn how to draw or want to learn how to do some stuff beyond what you already are taking in school. They will help you. You'll find something. I know Pinky Boo did that, and her drawing went like significantly better within a week.
Oh, yeah.
That was before we were doing all the YouTube we're doing. So I 100% do like that you can find all these really cool ideas. Now, some of them have proven like, there's life hacks and stuff turn out to be shit. But there's a lot of really good, drawing tutorials or different things that you can learn how to do things by watching YouTube.
So this is what, they're looking for: creativity, fame,
Most people do it for fame when it comes to any of this stuff. Celebrity, too.
It is a double-edged sword. I keep trying to tell people this. Like, it's,
we're not even that big.
No, I
can't imagine what the big people deal with.
Yeah, we use cartoon avatars, so a lot of people don't even know what we look like. I'm like,
no, we don't hide either. I mean, it's not.
No, we don't. It's not hard to find pictures of us. But I'm like, I guess my thing is like, I don't want to get like go to a comic convention, have people, well, I still guess by our voices, but still.
They've done it before.
Yeah.
We didn't say we were we just started saying something and they're like, oh my God.
I need a fake accent or something.
Yeah, you're not good at them. I'm not either. Self-expression, which is similar to number 1, enables them to exercise creativity and engage your content. It is pretty much the exact same thing as number 1. Money, which I'm surprised is number 4.
I'm surprised it's number 4 too, because usually, fame and money. So basically kids are looking for fame and money, but they're not looking for it from Hollywood anymore. They're not looking from sports anymore.
Well, that seems like it has a bigger barrier to entry, I think, to people. Even though the barrier for entry is still there, I think that seems unattainable in comparison to this. Or I'm going to use this to get to that.
Yeah, I guess so, because like anybody can become a YouTuber, but to become a professional athlete or, you've got very average looking people becoming very famous on YouTube compared to Hollywood that looks for a certain type of person. Mm-hmm. But anymore I look at like Instagram, I'm like, it's all the same type of person.
I think too, it's with social media influencers and things, it's more of a connection, a personal connection. These people, because they're more like one-on-one, like they're telling you their stories, and we do the same thing. We tell you stories, so you probably know more about us than like a celebrity in Hollywood playing a part. Yeah, so people are more real on some level, and you feel like more of a connection to these people because maybe they have similar things that you relate to. And I've mentioned before, as being a teacher, relatability is one of the best ways you can help people remember things when you teach them. So relatability just makes people,
Yeah, 4 out of 10 millennials say their favorite YouTubers understand them better than family and friends.
And they might gravitate to people that have similar opinions to them because then they feel like they're not alone, which is, I get that. But anyway, we're going to wrap this up soon.
Yeah, they said travels another.
Hey, we do that too.
We do that too.
It's not a pandemic.
But yeah, it's really interesting. It's hard though. I really wish people. Now it's weird. You've got 2 schools of thought. You've got this one, which is like, hey, yeah, all these kids want to be YouTubers. And then you've got these other like ball busting articles, like one I saw the other year where it's like, well, less than like 1% of YouTubers make any money at all on YouTube. I'm like, well, that's not actually true. Anybody with any somewhat decent traffic can make some money on YouTube.
It's not money to live on.
Not $9 million mansion money.
Right.
But,
no, we're not making $9 million mansion money either. We have a long way to go, and nor would I ever buy a $9 million mansion because that's a damn waste of money.
I know the last one we looked at was only $3 million.
You think we're kidding, but there is a $3 million mansion around here.
Yeah, not buying it.
I would never buy it anyway.
Hell
There's so many reasons I wouldn't buy it.
Hell no. It's very drafty, I'm sure.
The shower's all stone. You know how you'd have to clean that? I'm looking at this place, and there's so many. I'm looking at it as a mom and somebody who cleans their house, and a normal person. And I'm looking at this thing, and I'm just looking at the pictures, and I'm like, how the hell would you clean that? I'm just like, how the hell are you supposed to clean that? And I'm like, no, I would never want that. Anyway.
All right. So we're going to wrap this one up.
Yes.
Okay. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.